I think you're just born with it.
Yeah, I mean, I started when I was 10. She made me dishwash. At 12, I was expediting. And then when I was tall enough, I learned how to cook. So my name is Dot. My mom opened the restaurant in 1980.
And I'm Lauren Lee. We've been married since 1998. 97. Close.
God. My grandpa was riding his bike to work one day, and he rode right by the restaurant, and he saw a for sale sign. And then he went home and told my mom, it's like, there's this restaurant for sale, you should go look at it. And then she went in, she found out how much it was, which back in 1980 was $5,000. Which was a lot back then because she didn't have $5,000.
She borrowed like $50, $20 from everybody because in 75, or when she came over and there wasn't very many Vietnamese people here, the population wasn't, and so to ask somebody to borrow money is like a big deal. So $100 was a huge amount back then.
And she borrowed it, and then they ended up buying the restaurant. It was tiny. It started off 2 little rooms and a kitchen, and then eventually a space next door opened, and then we took over that, and then the next space took over, and then eventually the building went for sale, and then we bought it, and then it just grew from there.
His mom is the most fearless, entrepreneurial woman ever.
Yeah. She knew nothing about restaurants, and then she cooked everything. I think we had breakfast back then from the old restaurant, and it was just learn as you go, basically. We took over in 1997.
It was hard.
Yeah, it was hard. You had to earn the respect from all the cooks and everything, so it took a little bit to get used to everything.
Yeah.
So the first, I say 2 to 3 years, I was there 24/7.
And Mom is like typical Asian mom. She's the tiger mom, so she'll watch to make sure that everything is kind of the way it's still supposed to be, even though she stepped away. It took a long time before she actually trusted us and was like, okay, go ahead and fix this or do this new. It was hard.
Everything is eyeballed out.
Yeah.
We kind of changed that now. So now when I eyeball it out, I measure it.
I think food, just like fashion, comes in waves. And like in the 80s, we had the crepe. It's a bun seo, and it's like one of the most traditional dishes. And Mom had it on the menu. But it wasn't one of the most popular items, so we actually took it off. But when we opened in St. Paul, that was one of the dishes that we brought back, just because we thought that everybody was like kind of ready for it again. And it's one of our top 5 dishes.
So I think more of the authentic stuff people kind of want that nowadays.
We opened up Que Viet in 2022. I've been getting or asking him or actually begging him to open another restaurant forever, and it just never was the right time. So I feel like the long pause in opening another one I felt like we just weren't ready for it before. I think the stars just aligned with us. We love Grand Avenue. So it just felt like a nice and fitting time. At Que Viet, we want to be young and hip and like sort of with the times. And at Que Viet, we're like really established. So in our culture, we're very superstitious. I think when you're younger, you aren't so much, but I think it's grown on me as I got older. So when we opened up Que Viet, we had to make sure it was on a lucky day. We had to make sure that we had the dragon dance. We had to make sure that the first customer that walked in was the right zodiac for that year. Like that person had to bring us luck. And so I think just right off the bat, it worked. So the first person is very important to us in our culture. That person kind of stands for everything that's going to happen the whole year. So then you want to choose somebody who's very lucky, who's happy in their life, successful, so, and then every year that person will change. Every year my mom makes us wear our traditional dresses, including my little boys. I don't think they mind because in exchange they get money. I think the red envelopes, I don't know where it stems from, but it's probably the most popular and the most loved tradition. We fill them with brand new money. The money has to be new, and we put it in an envelope, and the kids will come up to you, and every year they'll wish you good luck or fortune, or they'll come up with their own kind of, I guess, greeting per se, and then we will in turn give them the lucky money. So every single person will do that with the kids. So the kids will have lots and lots of money at the end of
you have to hit every house.
Yeah, it's like Halloween.
Yeah.
Only money, better. We're very into puns. So there is a bitter melon soup that is always kind of we always kind of eat it together with the thịt kho, which is the braised pork belly. And in Vietnamese, when you say it, it sounds like khổ qua, like it sounds like your suffering is over.
Okay.
And so everybody will make that soup so they can eat it so that, you know, the next year will be a better year for them. When I first met Dad, his family's from the north and my family's from the south. So there's a lot of like differences that we kind of combined together. We were very young when we got married, and so I came up to his grandma and I asked, how do I display all of this? Like the fruit, there's like a lot of fruit some fruit you don't display because it's unlucky. And so she taught me which fruits to put in your fruit basket to offer to the gods that will give you the best luck. She kind of gave me this little map of the fruits to use, and it's kind of funny because it's a pun. So this fruit is called mangao, and it means to pray. So this one is to pray, and then this is money. So you're praying for money, and then the coconut in Vietnamese sounds like dừa, it sounds like enough. So pray for enough money. This is a papaya, and it sounds like things that you use or enough. And then a mango sounds like xoài, so things to use.
Pray for enough money to use.
Pray for enough money to use.
Yes.
It's kind of sweet, I think.